Hello and welcome to Cohen's Academy. Today we're going to be coaching Laplante. So if you want to introduce yourself real quick.
Hi there, Laplante talking here. I'm a mastermind from France, and yeah, I'm quite excited to start this.
All right. Um, I'd like you to tell me real quick, 'cause this is our first lesson proper. We've played before, we've talked before to some extent, but can you tell me how long you've been playing Smash 4 really quickly and like if you have any goals or like what is your relationship to Smash at the moment?
Okay, my relationship with Smash currently is quite good. I think we are liking each other. So yeah, I've been playing since about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. But due to a car accident I had a few time ago, I had to stop for several months. But that's all right. I'm fine. My health is okay. No worries.
That's
And
good to know.
yeah, so I'm quite competitive at heart. If I'm starting something competitive, I don't want to be losing all the time. That's not the purpose. I want to win. That's the goal there. And yeah, I used to play to another game, a card game, so nothing to do with fighting games or video games at all, actually. But I used to be quite good at that card game and to be involved in the competitive areas of that game, and so I'm willing to get back to that feeling of being at high level competition and enjoying myself in those competitions.
All right, awesome. Um, so what's your, do you have a specific goal in mind or just trying to improve for now, trying
For
to
now,
step
I'd,
by step?
I'd say I'd say improve overall, but I think that's something that I should be looking forward during all the time I will be playing. So I wouldn't call that a goal per se, but I'd say at first reaching top eight at one of Rock Ball could be quite a cool goal.
Okay.
It might be mid-term, not short-term. I'm not sure. Depends on what level I'm currently at. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I think it's a short to mid-term goal, and that's a good thing to have. I like the fact that there's this concept called smart goals, which I think you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Which is about it's a, like project management kind of thing. It doesn't really
yeah.
matter, but the point is that you're trying to do something that is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So you're trying to give
Hmm.
yourself a time frame to reach a certain goal, and I think that's really good for Smash as well to keep motivated and to keep yourself working, to keep the loop of like improvement and reward going. Because if your
Yeah,
goal is infinite, then it's really hard to assess improvement.
yeah, of course.
So top eight is a really, I think it's very realistic for a rug bowl, which is
Hmm.
the French weekly tournament, the net play tournament. Okay. So today we're gonna look at Marth versus Falcon, right?
Yeah, is that about the sleeping I sent you? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
Falcon. I got quite destroyed there. That will be
Okay.
fun.
Let me ignore the mess that is my. You don't have to see that, okay? It's fine. You saw it. No big deal. Like I made it clean, okay? I made this clean.
Hmm,
I think that's the most important part. So
nice.
before we go into the replays, um, let's start with the matchup itself.
Okay.
What is your current view of the matchup? Is there anything in particular that you have issues with? And
Um,
yeah, just go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Talk to
Uh,
me about Marvel's Falcon as a whole.
Okay, so as a whole, I think that one of the early mistake you can do at Mouth is playing too defensive versus Falcon, where I had more success by going a bit more in. Okay, no, that's someone else. Okay, yeah, so I had a bit more success by going a bit more in, like not letting him approach for free per se, like dashing under his approaching nairs, for instance,
Yeah,
if that's not too crazy. And yeah, and trying to actually stick to him in a way, not being too close, but not far, because I felt overwhelmed really quickly by Falcon when he's far away because of his dash dance. He's so fast, and when he jump, he's like a rocket going at me.
yeah,
But I felt like if I'm at quite a close range, which is not what I usually aim for as mouse, I had more success because he was not able to set up everything he needs to reach out to me, and there I was able more easily to stuff him with some fair in place, for instance, or down tilt,
True.
and yeah, that's how I felt. I think my biggest problem for now against Falcon would be defensive. I think my DI is pretty lackluster against Falcon. I usually get like uppered 5 times in a row until I get take a knee and I'm out. So that's
Yeah.
pretty difficult so far. So I'd say DI and yeah, as well ISDI down. That's something I'm really not good at overall, and I feel that it could help me out as well. Not getting in the air so quickly, and what because I felt like when I'm in the air, I'm a really weak position against Falcon.
Yeah. That's one of Marth's worst positions in the game as a whole.
Hmm.
Um, People like to call Marth a good defensive character, but no, he's really a sleepery character. But once he really has to defend himself, and you confront him with questions and issues, then especially in the air at a shield, he tends to struggle a little bit.
Hmm.
That's just Marth. Okay, that was a lot of info. You told me you used to play a card game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good because one thing I like to do is look at matchups in terms of archetypes in the way card games do it. So like if I hope the archetypes are the same, but to me, Mar Falcon is a tempo matchup.
Okay.
Do you know what a tempo deck is in the card game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, I know that, and actually, I think I kind of understand what you're saying about that because I feel like, from frame point of view, if I use a big F smash or something, I'm dead really quickly because I will be stuck in my animation, and he will take the tempo.
Exactly. That's good that you already have some sort of like instinctual understanding of it. But yeah,
Hmm.
basically, I think Marth um, really plays on a whole spectrum of different variations, and there are some matchups that are more controlling. So, like for instance, Buff is much more about control, which
Hmm.
means you're trying to get maximum value out of every interaction. That means if you're very happy to respond to what they do.
Hmm.
They play a card and you play yours, and yours is always gonna beat them. You're
Yeah.
ahead. You don't have to rush. Versus Fox, it's more combo heavy, so you're trying to bide your time until you can kill them.
Hmm.
You're not trying to respond to them. You're just trying to find a spot where their death is gonna happen.
Okay.
Versus Falcon, I think it's very important that, like you said, you don't allow him to place his mix-up game on top of you, which means you need to want to be the one asking questions. It doesn't mean you have to be aggressive, because there are two ways to do that. There's the aggressive way, and then there's the tempo way. What does tempo mean exactly? Tempo means that you're trying to ask questions in an efficient way over time. That means that any move that can accomplish something without wasting too many frames is what you're looking to apply versus Falcon. So
Hmm.
indeed, forward smash is good value. Like if you hit a forward smash, maybe you kill them, but it's too much time investment compared to like a
Yeah.
mare or a down tilt.
Yeah. In a kind of risk reward way, it's not positive.
It is actually potentially positive versus because like you might get more out of it than you risk, but as a whole, you're trying to stay away from this sorts of move, and sometimes they might be good, but I think it's a good idea. Like for instance, look at wobbling, right? Wobbling for the ICs has infinite value because if you get the grab, then you're gonna make it worth your while.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? Because you're gonna get
Yeah.
99%. But like in teams, you don't have enough time to go for wobbling, so
Hmm.
it's not worth it to try to go for it because you don't have time to do it. So it's better to play other options. Versus Falcon, it's a little bit of the same thing. You don't want him to have time to play, so you want to use moves that never allow Falcon to attack you. As much as you can, you want for Falcon to defend himself against you as much as
Okay.
possible. So sometimes the value for force smash or big moves will be worth it, but the less you try those big moves, and the less Falcon has a chance to avoid them and then do his thing to you in return,
Hmm.
pretty much. Um, so yeah, try to remain frame efficient. Don't look for max value. Force
Yeah,
Falcon
and,
to land
and
and respond.
as I explained, as I felt quite bad currently at DI and defense overall, that's also why I think overcommitting for me is even more. even more bad than it is, because I thought like if I get hit, I'm dead. So I have to be really focused on actually not giving me free punishes.
Yeah, it's difficult in this matchup. Like, Falcon mains used to take it for free. Like I mean the matchup as a whole, because the punish game is very easy for Falcons, so to speak. Especially once you get to the mid percent, becomes a lot harder for Marth to survive. You get up throw, up air, then you off stage, double jump, you're in trouble.
Hmm.
It can be very difficult. But we'll be looking into that once we watch the games. What else did you say? SDI down, sadly, is not something that's very useful against Falcon.
Okay.
Once again, SDI down is responsive, right? You take a hit, and hopefully the hit doesn't hit you hard enough, and you can respond. So that's good against, um, for instance, Fox Nair sometimes, right? Because they tend to
Hmm.
full jump and they fall on top of you with no horizontal speed. But with Falcon, there's so much horizontal speed variation, and that's for Nair specifically. So like, even if you do crouch, the Nair is tricky. So you're gonna have to respond with down tilt. That's good, but the problem lies in that stomp, knee, and back air all destroy SDI down.
Okay.
There's no way you can respond to these moves.
Okay.
As long as he does nair, you're happy. But any of the other moves, you're gonna have to respond to some in a different way.
Hmm.
Um, and usually that way is gonna be to prevent them altogether by asking the question first before they do.
Okay.
Um, so you have to watch out. So yeah, once you get hit by nair, like you said, you can try to dash under. That's the way you avoid them. Also,
Yeah, I try to do that. Also, something else I do, but I think I'm overdoing it a bit, is side B when they're approaching, like dash back side B in their directions, and sometimes it stuff them. Well, not sometimes it. I'd say 6 out of 10 times I'm able to stuff them. I'm not sure about those numbers. I haven't done any stat about that, so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
don't take it for stone. But
Well,
yeah.
I think you probably already know that because you're already talking to me about SGI down. Side B is really good because you can do it out of backdash. So it's pretty good, right? You
Hmm.
dash away and instantly turn around and do a side B the other way.
Yeah, I call it
Um,
like a Roman pivot.
yeah, pretty much. The issue with that is that if they dash to you on the ground,
Hmm.
uh,
Okay. Okay.
it's about 100%. So you have to watch out because if they get that on you, luckily Falcon doesn't have a shine, so it's much harder for him. But if you go side B1, side B2, it's still a problem. And then you're gonna get dash grabbed before side
Okay.
B3, or you're gonna get shield grabbed after side B3. So regardless, it's good to use, especially if you think they're gonna jump. If you think they're gonna jump,
Hmm.
it's okay. It's like really good. If you think they're gonna stay on the ground, then mix up sometimes with pivot grab, etc.
Okay.
Or even don't even try to backdash in the first place. Sometimes the problem is that you try to retreat when you had to stay and fight. Happens
Yeah,
versus
and
Sheik.
they will overshoot me,
Yeah,
and
pretty
I'm
much.
basically dead.
Versus Sheik, that situations happens a lot too. Once you have her in the corner, backdashing is good, but sometimes staying and fighting is the better idea. It
Hmm.
depends.
Like wall them out with some fur or something.
Yeah, just try and play the mix-up, pretty much. Because you have the position, you have the advantage. If you do hit them, they're gonna end up upstage, hopefully. And if you do get hit, then normally you have room to get hit a few times before you're offstage or die. It's your position is a lot less scary than theirs, right? So it depends on
Hmm.
the situation, of course.
Okay.
If you're in the middle, becomes more scary. If you're the one cornered, then be very careful because you get hit and you explode. Okay, let's try watching looking at the games if that's
Yeah,
okay with you.
sure.
I hope they're in the right order.
So that
Ah,
would
no,
be
no.
the last one. Yes, you have
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
timing
No, because
of the right.
I also named them anyway, so that's the first one.
Oh, nice. Oh, you really done that
I told you,
perfectly.
my desktop is messy, but I made the effort for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't know if there's a way to full screen the sleepy playback thingy.
Yes, Alt left plus Enter,
But when I did that earlier, it this
and
happens.
then spacebar.
Yeah, it's all broken for me. It doesn't work well. I think I don't have the right version, maybe, but
Oh, okay.
two point something.
Maybe graphics. Oh, you have a
Ah,
full screen button over there. as well.
Yeah, but that also that was also all sorts of fucked when I tried it
Okay.
earlier. Graphics, yeah.
I think there is something that you can tick.
I think it's in config, right? No. Where is it? I know it. You're right. It is somewhere.
Yeah, that. Where is that?
Use full screen maybe?
Yeah, yeah, that would be it.
All right, let's try like that. What if I do that?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. So Battlefield. What was the other choice? What do you ban? What do you strike?
So I banned. So first he banned FD, if I remember correctly.
FD?
Then yeah,
Okay, interesting.
and then I banned Yoshi and FOD, I think.
You banned FOD and Yoshi?
Yeah, because I felt like no, he didn't ban FD. That's right. I left FD and Battlefield.
Ah,
That
okay.
was it. And yeah, so I think I for sure no, I banned Dreamland and Yoshi. That's it.
So you banned Yoshi.
Yeah, because I know I can combo Falcon really hard on Yoshi. That's how I feel. It's like almost Mario Party combo. I just have to press A at the right time. but but at the same time, as I don't know my opponent, I know I can be killed really, really early in this matchup
I see.
on that stage. So I think that kind of is a scary move for me. I
So
was a bit scared.
you went with the better player stage choice.
Yeah,
Okay, that
yeah.
makes sense. I think in general, let's talk about the stages real quick before we go on. Um, I would say probably Yoshi, like FOD is maybe as good as Yoshi,
Hmm.
and then PS, FD, Battlefield in some level. I think Vanilla PS is way worse, but I think this PS, Frozen, is
Yeah, it's
okay.
gold. Yeah.
Yeah, and then probably Dreamland is the worst. But I think with the recent evolution of the meta and the slide offs in particular, I think it's still really hard to it's hard to evaluate the stages
Yeah.
nowadays. I think a lot has
Yeah, and
changed.
yeah,
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
fact is that I feel like Mars is currently so strong on the ground that and have so many answers that actually they don't seem to matter that much in how I felt it. I know that Dreamland is a bit is less good than anything, but beside this, it's still manageable because you have a lot of space to walk around and
Yeah,
try to beat him.
I agree. I think Dreamland makes Falcon live longer, but you can also tech chase him longer. You can
Yeah,
if you're still gonna try to play the gimping game, because that's your objective, right? We didn't talk about it too much, but
yeah, yeah. Of
and like
course, my goal is to put him outside and then just let edge guard him. That's all. Like with down tilt and there and taking the ledge.
over comboing Falcon is a big mistake because once he's above you, he always has this storm versus no storm, fast full, no
Hmm.
fast full mix up, and that can be annoying. So you
Yeah,
always
yeah,
want to keep it as horizontal as possible. If you're gonna make it vertical, like upper, you have to you need to visualize the end game of your combo right away.
yeah.
If you don't know what you're going for at the end of the combo, what finisher, keep it horizontal. Put
But
Falcon in the corner.
that's something I would say is a problem currently with my gameplay is that my combo routes is not that planned. It's more seizing the opportunity than planning anything. I don't think I have. Well, I know for sure that I don't have a good vision of combo finishers. I use more than anything F smash to finish my combos when I try to kill or edge guarding. But yeah, I don't have in mind like the neutral B setups, the up B setups as well. A bit more with the tech chase. I can be out of tech chase a bit. But yeah, I know that I lack vision around that.
That's fine. What I really meant, if you're trying to force smash, that's perfectly fine. But like if you're trying to do an up air at 110%, when force smash is never gonna combo, don't do it. Is what I meant.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to do it at like 60% of a side platform into one more up air to top platform into force smash, then why not? Because
Mhm.
that's gonna work.
Okay.
That much is okay.
Yeah,
But
currently I'd say that my game plan is to for punish is to first take chase a lot during the early percents until like I don't know around 70. Yeah, if I could go around 70, I'm happy. But around 30, 40, I start to up throw a bit more, and up tilt everything, and then I push them with fair, push them outside, and then I try to edge guard them. That's that. My goal is to go for an edge guard, and if I can go for a gimp at 20%, I'm really happy about that.
That sounds about right. I would say at zero, you have to down throw. There's no choice. You can
Yeah,
try
I
the
know.
forward throw. The forward. Oh, what is that? Auto correcting. Leave me alone. You can try the forward throw cheese sometimes, but people know about it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
2020. They will DI away. They will roll. You can try to hard treat the roll or whatever they're gonna try to do, buffer an air spot dodge or something. That can work. But more than likely, they're gonna do something that's gonna be hard to keep up. Down throw and then try to tech chase as best as you can.
yeah, yeah.
Um, then 7 plus, forward throw knockdowns. The autocorrect is annoying. Um, and then yeah, around 30-ish, that's when you can try to do up tilt, but you have to know what you're going for. Versus Falcon specifically, it's tight windows. I kind of do it on instinct, which is also a problem. I've never worked on it myself.
Hmm.
But if
I
you're trying,
think there is a tree made by Cardano
yes, there
on
is.
Smashboard.
Yeah, there is. I know around 50 to 60, you can try to get uppers. And if the DI behind you, you can up smash, force smash. And then around 65 to 75, you can force smash more or less every DI. Um, Especially if the DI full to a side. I usually just take it. If the DI full to a side, I just take the force smash, and I'm happy with it.
Hmm.
It's going to be a tipper. But I would suggest you look into that. If you don't know what you're doing, throwing towards this like the side of the stage is fine. Towards the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it, I think. And yeah, in this match, I always fight for a play of four. By the way, I think you already know that, but
Sorry, I didn't get it.
on net play. Um,
Could you
okay,
repeat? Sorry, I didn't
yeah, yeah,
understood.
yeah,
Ah, okay, pot priority. Yeah, yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I should go for P4. Yeah, I know. Like
Yes.
actually, I'm still kind of amazed that in the current rule set there is nothing about pot priority outside than just um, how do you say it? Rock paper scissors. Outside of that, there is nothing, and I'm like, but that's quite
Well,
important. Actually, we know that now. Now we know that it matters. So.
okay, so it's gonna be a little um, it's a side thought, right? But it's a little bit tricky because player four will always have the stun advantage, or like the animation of the throw doesn't last as long, so you get a +1 on your throws. But if there's a tie action, player one will win. It's like grabbing at the same time or grabbing ledge at the same time, player one will win. This
Hmm.
might seem like nothing, but now imagine that you're doing a you understand frame advantage, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So imagine you do an aerial on a shield that is +0, and then you both grab.
So
Player one will
P1.
always win.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Uh,
in the Marth Ditto, that can be interesting. Versus Ice Climbers, if you think they're spamming grab, that can be interesting because player one will win. So it depends on the matchup.
i- is that still true if there is a stock advantage? I think there
Oh,
are some kind of
yeah, that makes it very weird and complicated. I don't know.
yeah. I
If the players die for actions, I think player one always wins. But the stock
hmm.
advantage is about the stun on the throw.
Okay,
I think that part changes. But
okay.
yeah, that kind of stuff is always weird. But what I do know is that player four Falcon will get up for knee guaranteed, and player one Falcon will not get up for knee guarantee
Hmm.
on you. So that's what you want to avoid.
So in our day and age with Sleepy, how do you how do you deal
I don't
about
know.
that?
I don't know, but keep it in mind for the future. Yeah,
Okay,
online it's just you take what you get, and that's it.
okay, okay.
I mean, at least it's realistic, because sometimes in real life, a lot of people don't care or they don't know about it, but a lot of people will fight you for it, and then it's 50-50, right?
Yeah.
So you will have to play both sides at some point.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay.
So Battlefield first, that's the classic, but the way you got to Battlefield is weird to me. That's all I meant to say. I would
Okay.
if I could go to Yoshi's, I would go to Yoshi's.
Okay.
But I understand. I respect the idea that Yoshi is more volatile, and you don't want to get cheese or like missed
Yeah, because
something.
I didn't knew about teach level at all. I don't know the guy actually. Kudos to him. GG's. But yeah, so I was more like okay, let's take some kind of even stages per se.
Yeah.
so I don't get cheesed too
So
quickly.
you can so you can outskill him for a longer period of time, right?
Yeah, if I'm able to. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That makes a lot of sense to me. For like, if I'm playing someone, I think like you too. I would never go to Yoshi's story as a Marth versus Marth, for instance.
Hmm.
It's too random sometimes.
Yeah.
So already we said that the matchup is about um oppressing the Falcon and getting control.
Yeah,
And
and I went right all the way around the stage. I went back. I don't know why.
all the way
I was
to the
scared.
corner.
To be fair, I was scared during during that game. I don't know exactly why, but I still have a lot of apprehensions in tournaments. And
Yeah.
as I told you on private messages, that's something I'm really not used to because I used to play for a game that had really higher stakes, and I never felt that. I never felt like overwhelmed by the tournament in itself. In Unranked, I would more easily play more aggressively, but I don't know why I was like shaky during the two games, the two sets yesterday.
The thing I can tell you is that it gets better.
Hmm.
The more you play rock pools, and the more you get used to rock pools, and then French tournaments will not scare you anymore because you're so used to it. And then when you go to European tournaments, you don't go to them often enough, and you'll get scared, and that will
Hmm.
happen to you. And then eventually you'll go to like, I don't know, a big house, and it's gonna be the first time in your life, maybe the only time, and then it's gonna be scary. And then you go
Yeah,
10 big houses, and maybe the 10th time won't be as scary as the first, and that's fine. That's okay.
yeah,
Try
that's
to
something
play your
that's
game.
really. I need to be used to that feeling because, as I told you, when, for instance, the first time I went to European tournament on the card game, I ended up in finals. That was my really first, my first
That's
European
amazing.
tournament, and yeah, and I was not scared at all. I was just excited. I was like, okay, I'm in finals. That's so fucking cool. Let's go. Now I have to win. That's all. And but I lost in the end. But yeah, but still, I was not. I was not scared, and I'm wondering if that's not also due to the fact that that's a video game and everything is just so quicker, and everything is just like instantly. While on the card
You
game,
have time to think, right?
I have time to think, I have time to make my setup to choose if I don't do a mulligan or not, and I know my deck by heart, and I know everything that my opponent can throw at me, which is not the case at all in Smash.
I mean, if
I.
you study the matchup enough, you can now have an idea of what the opponent
Mhm.
can do. Then you'll have to improvise a few things, but that will come with time. I wouldn't worry if I were you. Just
Okay.
keep working on it. Try
Okay. Okay.
to maybe sometime register for a tournament, not to win, but just to get rid of that feeling specifically. Just play your game.
Okay.
You know, sometimes
Yeah.
you have to fall to stop being afraid of falling. That's just there. That's all there is.
Yeah, that's really. I used to climb a lot, and that's what we used to do to get rid of that
Fall
feeling.
on purpose, and then it's not as
Yeah.
scary, right? Yeah, I know. I did the same thing a few times too.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you get hit because of that, and you didn't hold down. So now you're in trouble now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Cause you said you want to focus on DI, right?
Yeah, I'd like to because I'm really bad at it right now.
So the thing about Nair is that you always have to SDI it if you can.
Hmm.
That just makes Falcon's life more complicated. It's like versus Falco. If you just let him combo you, you're free food.
Yeah.
So you really have to try. So in this context, don't roll too fast. You were just so obsessed with holding in. That's already problem number one. Because you're just
Hmm.
holding in. You rolled in. You were DIing in. I don't think you were really thinking about it at this point. Because the
No,
matchup really hasn't started too much. But
I was like, I need to get out of there, and
yeah,
that's all.
it's hard. It's scary. I know. So for instance, here you could have ASDI down still, and maybe
Hmm.
shielded, and you could also SDI down and away, the way Falcon did the Nair, and then you would get out of the Nair as well.
Okay.
But regardless, you also died in on the Nair, which is scary because you keep holding towards Falcon since the beginning. Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, at the very minimum, hold away.
Okay.
That's the minimum versus Falcon. Don't let him get 5 hits on you. Get one or two. And sometimes they will go for early knees. If you see that happen a lot, you can start thinking about it. But most Falcons, they will do 15 uppers and 15 nairs, and this happens if you hold in. You just get
Yeah, yeah,
destroyed.
yeah. But if I hold away, and well, luckily I had the stock there. Yeah, but
Thank you.
if I hold away and the knee, I'm dead. That's it.
Yeah, you're dead. That's
Yeah. Okay.
safe. That's
But
okay.
that's more of a mix up than anything, and yeah, I should. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
get the idea. Getting out of the
Because
combos is most.
that
It's
will
more important at first.
yes, because it's also a hard read on them because it's not really that good of a value. if you put
Hmm.
the DI in, but it's all gonna be a read on DIs, honestly.
Okay.
Armada knows how to do DI on upper and knee at the same time, but that's really tricky and advanced. I would not worry about that too much for now. It's
Okay.
too advanced, I think. Just try to hold away for DI. That's
Okay.
that's the basics. Grab. Never pummel at zero.
I know. I'm
Never
guilty.
pummel at
I'm
zero.
guilty of that. I'm really guilty about that. I should upper straight, upthrow straight when I'm under
Yeah.
the platform like this. But yeah, I know.
In this
I'm greedy.
case, I would have taken the down throw, honestly.
Non throw, even with the platform like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that, I can try to tech chase him.
Yeah, because what's
In,
gonna happen is that if he's really good, he's gonna slide off, and then sure he's gonna get back on stage. But up throw doesn't do anything at this percent because he can still crouch the up tilt or
hmm.
SDI down the up tilt. He can do a lot of things. Forward throw doesn't do anything. So sadly, it's not that good of a grab in the first place. But down
Okay.
throw, at least you get the position,
Yeah.
and then you get center. And if he does a bad DI and ends up off stage for real, then you get a mix up. You can either
Hmm.
whiff dash to ledge and grab the ledge, or he's gonna do a double jump aerial, and then if you counter, he's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the mix up. If you think he's
Yeah.
gonna wait, you can do whiff dash off, grab ledge, or whiff dash off and fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can you picture that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then you do fair, fair, up B, weak, fair, and he's dead. If you think he's gonna try to prevent you from doing that, he's gonna do a double jump aerial. It's almost the same thing versus forward throw anyway.
Hmm.
Both throws on the ledge. So you can kind of think about that. If he slides off and grab ledge, then that's it. Okay,
Yeah. I
you have
don't know
center.
shit about slide off DIs.
You don't know
I
what?
know it exists, but I don't know how to input them, and I don't know really how they work. So,
Okay, so
but that
uh,
was something else.
okay, we can. I'll try the draw thingy. That's good. So the concept of a slide off is that you don't tech and you land close to a ledge.
Hmm.
And then what happens is that you have enough horizontal momentum that you will bounce on the ledge, bounce on the floor, and keep sliding to in that direction when
Okay.
your arrow is really ugly. And then once you end up off stage, you just grab the ledge.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's something good players will do versus Marv down throw. They will try to DI in a way that they will go this way and then that way, and then bounce, and then they have the ledge.
And how do you input that? How do you have to put your stick in which directions
Well,
to make that happen?
it depends on the distance. If you're here, if Marv was grabbing here, then we would
Hmm.
be DI all the way away to the
Okay.
left. Now that you're a little bit more in the middle, it's gonna be a little bit more like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
get
a
it.
bit more like that, I guess. It's a little bit tricky. Basically, you wanna aim at this spot. You wanna try to land on close to the ledge with enough
Okay.
speed that you're gonna fall off. That's for throw specifically. For a platform as the platform slide offs, do you know how this works?
I used to work them out with the how do you say it? Uncle punch.
Yeah,
I use like double stick, so I use C stick down and gray stick down and away, for instance.
yeah.
And that's how I was able to input them in Knuckle Punch. But I'm really not used to do them in game at all because I think that it depends also on how you get hit, like what is the hit that you took.
Yeah, absolutely. It depends.
So as I don't know how each and every interaction, each and every hit works, and I don't know how they knock me down and in which direction they are sending me. I don't know how to input the slide of the eye.
Okay, so it's important because in this matchup you're gonna be able to slide off a lot of uppers. So it's good to have at least a little bit of an idea how it works.
Hmm.
The concept is that ASDI down will keep you on the ground. It will keep you
Hmm.
floored. And then once you get floored, it's the same concept of the down throw. You end up not missing the tech, right? In a spot close to a ledge.
Okay.
Once
So
that
like that,
happens,
I'm bounced and not just on the ground.
you just need to be on the ground. That's the one thing. The bounce doesn't really matter.
Okay.
What matters is your horizontal speed. Because then once you have enough horizontal speed, you're gonna be on the ground and you're gonna be sliding at the same time. So you're gonna end up here and then off the platform.
Yeah.
Once you're off the platform, The first frame you're airborne, you have no more lag. That's it. You can do whatever you want. You still have momentum, so potentially you're gonna end up all the way here at some point. That's
Hmm.
possible. But the moment you leave the platform is the moment you can act.
Okay,
So
and
yeah,
I I I think in can I cancel the momentum if I input like a move?
no. What you can do
Okay,
is that if you have okay, let me try to draw it. If you go this way, let's say you got upward and you go set get sent this way, and then you input a fastful around here. What's gonna happen is you're gonna go somewhere like that, like
and hopefully grab the ledge.
in the middle, and hopefully grab the ledge, or at least limits the horizontal distance. Like
Hmm.
the two momentums are gonna cancel each other out a little bit.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
yeah,
Okay, but you
it does.
cannot straight up cancel the momentum. It's not, that's
Okay,
not a thing. Not in
it's
Java.
not it's yeah, it's not like the Voltec animation that you can cancel with like back air or something.
No. There is one way to do it is to input a ground move actually, but that's for when you tech. That's
Yeah.
something
Okay.
different still. So that's when you slide off is when you do an AMSA tech and you don't tech, but it's the same input.
Okay.
When you do an AMSA tech and you press tech and you tech here, for instance, let's say you end up here and you get back here,
Hmm.
right? What happens is that you're supposed to die because the back here will send you off stage, right?
Yeah.
If you AMSA tech, you end up rolling here and you stay on the floor. But
Yeah. Yeah.
if
And then there is momentum. That's
and then
it.
there's momentum. And if you have too much speed, even after the tech, you're gonna end up off stage. And if you have
Hmm.
a lot of speed, you're gonna end up way too far anyway. What you can do is that on the first frame that you're actionable on the ground, you can taunt, you can jab, you can spot dodge, you can do anything on the ground. And during that move that you're doing, the momentum is still being applied and it will disappear eventually.
Okay.
So if the move is long enough, then you're fine.
It will consume the momentum in a way.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. That's exactly what it is. So that's also very advanced, and I would not worry about that too much for now, because
Hmm.
that's frame perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Because you have only one frame to do it. The only way to make it more than one frame is to spot dodge manually. You cannot buffer a spot dodge. You have to spot dodge manually, and then it's like 3 frames, I think. But you're
Okay.
also here spot dodging like a dumbass. So that's not really a good idea either. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
really advanced, so specific. Don't worry about it too much. But slide off, super important. Hold down, stick down, and then how do I change the color? Whatever. And then control stick to have enough speed to slide. That's the only thing you have to know.
Okay.
SDI down on the stick, hold down, and then DI in a way that you can have momentum to slide off. That's the only thing.
Okay. Okay. Very well.
Okay, so in this spot I would always down throw personally
Mhm.
at 0, and I would definitely never pummel. That's the scary part.
Yeah. Sorry, that's good.
No, that's okay.
We're
But I
talking
get
there.
how do I get back to sleepy? Damn it. That was a good nair, but um, remember what we said. Keep your moves very tight in this matchup. You don't want to waste any frames. So like if you do a full jump fair like that, okay, let me go back to the. Oh my god, that's kind of annoying. It's my first time using the pen thingy, so bear with me. I will learn it
That's
eventually.
that's all right.
See this full jump?
It it
That's
it was a misinput. The full I was aiming for. I'm almost sure. I think I was aiming for shot up fair, but even like that, I wouldn't have touched. Right?
no, I don't think so. And even if you do, you can still ASCI it down. That's
Okay.
kind of scary. I would simply down tilt personally. Try to stay as grounded as possible.
Hmm.
As long as your moves don't do anything significant to Falcon. Use Nair to cross up and to beat him air to air, but don't try to overcommit on fairs and whatever.
Okay.
Use fair as a zoning tool, not as a launcher.
Hmm.
Because at this percent, it's not going to do anything. Does that make sense? Like if Falcon is
Yeah. Yeah.
here and you're here, it's okay to use fairs like this, no problem. To block him sometimes in
Yeah.
the corner, but don't try to use fairs like it's gonna send him off stage or whatever. He's gonna take
Yeah.
nothing and he's gonna
The
upper
idea
you.
would the idea would be more to kind of scare him out with the threat than actually trying to kill him with it.
The idea is to lock him down with a fair, but not to put him off stage or not to start a combo. especially not at 0 or like 10. So
Yes.
that's the
Okay.
keep it tight. Keep your moves really tight. So that fair was good. That fair was really good as well.
And you see the uppers.
Yeah, that was good though. Don't jump too much. Don't jump too much. The moment you start approaching with jumps with Marth is the moment you're gonna get destroyed. And Marth
Okay.
is not a character that can just jump forward without any idea of why he's doing it. It's usually a lot better to just dash forward and then jump backwards with an aerial.
Mhm.
That's the Zane, right? If you watch any Zane game, he's gonna do dash forward, back dash, I mean jump away, and then fair on reaction.
Yeah.
So in this fight, look at how you try to escape the corner. That's the easiest way to die, especially versus Falcon side B. So that's good. You were patient. This aerial is on the spot. It's really hard to punish. But now, just keep
Yeah.
it
I
tight.
was. Mm.
Move forward. Take your time. Don't commit to big moves. Is what we said, right? You
Yeah.
were gonna say something. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was saying. That I'm just jumping at him like for free. I could just dash in and see how he reacts instead of just going in like this.
Mm. Okay, let's try to move
Even.
forward a little bit because I feel like it's melee, right? There's so much to say about so little in this game, but
Hmm.
let's try to see a lot more of your games if possible.
Yeah.
If you want me to stop at any point, you can say so as well.
Okay.
So first of all, down for knee is not really a combo. You have to DI away only, because you see how you DI, that's why you die.
Mm. Yeah, I'm used to DI in on down throw because it kind of worked for me at early percent. But the problem is that I'm used to do it like in not mindful way, and so I do it as well when I'm on a high percent, and I do that, and I'm used to get killed for that, and I should try to be more focused on that as well.
Yeah, usually what happens is that if you DI away, they can only knee you if it's off stage. If it's on the ground, you can more often than not just tech, and then they have to tech chase you, either with a
Okay.
read or on reaction, but they have to tech chase you.
Mhm.
If you DI like that, you're absolutely 100% dead. So here, once again, you're going um too far vertically. Keep your movement very tight, very concise.
Okay.
Don't be too what's the word for that?
Hasty.
No, it's like if you're trying to paint a picture and you put color on the side of the picture. You know what I mean? I don't know. What was
Messy. Messy.
I guess messy. Yeah, it's a little messy. Like yeah. I don't know. I can't find the right words, but
I try to be more
en français, tu
freestyle.
débordes. Tu débordes.
Ouais, je devrais être plus
Tu
concis.
voyages. Ouais.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry for the
Sorry
French.
about the French.
So in this part, that's what I wanted to see initially. Keep center.
Instead of going under him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what does that even achieve?
Yeah, well, even more when I'm just up tilting on the wrong direction.
Mm. All of that would have been avoided if you just did the fair, like dash in, fair out, or dash in upper and then drift out. Shield stopping helps, especially when you're gonna do a dash or a long dash. If you shield stop first before the aerial, it kind of guarantees that you're not gonna get a dash jump and you're gonna get
Hmm.
a neutral jump instead. So
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to control your momentum if you use shield stops.
Yeah, I still facing difficulties to use shield stop because when I'm doing it like just by training by myself, that's kind of alright. But when I'm against an opponent, I kind of get some rolling
Somewhat.
rolls.
Ah,
I start
yeah,
rolling
yeah, yeah.
in the direction.
Yeah, rolling just means you press the direction after shield. That's all there is to it.
But yeah, but I'm okay. Oh,
But I would recommend for you to go to unranked and spam it. Don't even
okay,
think about anything or winning. Just spam shield stops
okay,
until you feel comfortable enough. That's all there is to it. When you're trying something new, play everything on instinct and focus on that one thing
okay.
until you get it right. But yeah, this entire situation is a problem now because you're in a corner because you went too far.
Mhm. And I was in a strong position before that, so I put myself like all by myself like this.
Yes. In most situations, Marth is a character that thrives when the opponent is in the corner, and that Marth can kind of fight in the corner. He has like really strong mix-ups, but he's so frail in the corner as well. So like if you're there, or like if you have a stock lead or whatever, sure, why not? If the opponent forces you to play there, sure, why not? But if you can avoid it, I would avoid it entirely,
Okay.
at least for now,
Mhm.
honestly. Solid play here would recommend you to stay in the center.
Yeah, and see how he reacts and how he wants to get down from the platform, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
So here you do a really good fair, right? See how you do it? You dash, and you don't do the full jump. You just take your time, they fair. That's really good. And then from here you can react to everything they do. Because
Mm.
what is he gonna do? Stomp out a shield? That's super slow. You have time to backdash. You tried to mix up with down tilt, that's fine. You lost the mix up. Happens. Really good. At 105, I'm not actually sure what I would do. Maybe back throw, down throw. I think at this percent, it's really hard to say. You can kind of mix it up.
Okay.
I don't think up throw does anything significant at 105 versus
Yeah,
5.
you would go too much, or maybe on the platform, and I can try to platform take shots, but that's a long shot.
It's tricky. It's tricky. I think throwing to a corner is a good enough idea. So
Mm.
that's okay. Back throw might have set him up on the platform. That's why I was saying back throw.
Okay.
That's okay. That's fine. See here, you would have been able to slide off. I'm pretty sure. Here, you hold down on the assist stick.
Hmm.
The combo doesn't exist. It's your turn to do a forwarder.
Okay.
You would punish Falcon for this. Here, you slide up, you fair Falcon, tipper fair in this scenario, and then you can up B him, fair up B. That's it. I would really sliding off is 2020 meta. It's mandatory to know how to slide off. And
Okay.
if you're trying to learn it later on and you have questions, it's okay to come up to me, even outside of lessons for something basic like that. I can give you a
Okay.
couple tips.
Thank you.
It's no problem. What did we say about big traps? You're asking to get raptor boosted. It's gonna happen eventually.
And I don't know why I go so far away instead of staying close to him because I know that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it is. I mean, once you're at 90, you cannot crouch near anymore, so it might be okay to play a bit more conservative. That's
Hmm.
also one of the times where you can try to cheese them by the ledge.
Yeah.
You have a slight lead and you're at high percent. Why not? You know.
Hmm.
But yeah, as a whole, you want Falcon to be on the defensive. Watch out for your DI on top. Wait. I
Yeah.
mean, then again, by the ledge, this is okay.
Yeah, because if I go too away, he can try to edge guard me, right?
If you DI away on down throw by the ledge, down throw knee is a true combo.
Okay.
If you DI on the stage, down throw knee will make you. I mean, down throw will force you to touch the ground before the knee comes. But off
Okay.
stage, I mean, you're in enough stun off stage for it to work. But on stage, you're in stun, but you touch the ground first, so you get
Yeah.
invincible because of the tech, right?
Hmm.
That's good. I like that you're taking your time before getting back on stage.
Yeah. I'm at this point. I'm thinking that okay, I have high percent. Any percent I can get on him is a bonus in a way. I know that if he plays well, I'm dead in like 2 hits, and so I'm gonna try to get as much as I can right now. And if I die, well, screw that, no problem. So I can take my time right there. I don't have to
Yeah,
rush in. I just want to just like tick him a bit.
yeah, that's fine. I think there are a lot of ways to play high percent versus low percent. You can try to play super cheesy, with dash forward smash and say, oh, whatever, I was almost dead anyway. If that worked, I
Mhm.
might have killed him. That's fine. You can try to play for a few percent like you're doing now. That's also fine. You can try to play for information. What can I learn from him in this bonus stock that I have, like you
Yeah.
said? Everything is fine, but the fact that you have an idea of what you're trying to use your stock for, that's really good.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of ways to play it, and at least you're aware of what you're trying to achieve, and that's what matters the most.
I was trying to shield grab him, but it didn't work.
Let's go back and look. I would never try to shield grab Falcon aerials, except
Okay.
Stomp.
Okay.
Back air is super safe, knees plus on block. Nair is super annoying and they will never give it to you. Upper, they will always jab interrupt you. It's hard. And the moment you cannot crouch a gentleman anymore, which you can't at this percent, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot do it. At low percent, you would be able to because what you do is you let go of you spam shield grab and you hold down, and you're just gonna
Yeah.
crouch and grab them at the same time, and eventually it's gonna work. If they do one, two, or three, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But at this percent, it doesn't work anymore. So be careful. But here, your up B, I really like it.
Yeah, the early AB.
Yeah. You recognize that Falcon slipped up and then he was in trouble, and that gave you free damage and an opportunity to get back. On the other
Mm.
side, I would never land on stage, and you're probably dead for it. You should have been dead for it
Okay.
because that was a free whatever that he wanted. So you took your free damage, that's good, but just grab the ledge because the lag animation here, too much.
It goes for
Yeah,
how long? It spent like infinite time.
he took too much. He could have grabbed you. He could have uppered you. He could have nared you from across the stage.
Yeah, but I
It's
think I don't know about that, but I think he was quite shaky as well. He was a bit stressed, I'd say, because there you can see that he want to kill me. He want to see me dead, and so he's gonna go for it. So with some like this, but you're right. If he grabbed me, I would be dead.
yeah, I think so too. Even from throw. I really like your patience. That's really good. Falcons will be really happy to back air you if you go too fast on stage. And as you said, happens. Didn't hold down.
Yeah,
First of all, the first mistake is not even that. You're invincible and you're not trying to apply pressure.
yeah. I should be attacking right there.
I mean, it's free. There's nothing you risk by doing it because you're 100%
Mm.
invincible. So I respect the idea that you're trying to go for a whiff punish, but you don't even have to because even if he attacks you, you're invincible. You can attack at the same time and win.
Yeah,
So if you think he's gonna attack him too. If you think he's gonna run, chase him. But there's no reason to try to bait something. Not like bait a move like you try to do here, which is what
yeah.
I mean. That's what it was looking like. So you lost the entire opportunity to play your hand, and you give him more options to play his. And the more you play your cards, and the more you have a chance to win in Smash. That's the way it is. If you know how to play good options with good risk reward, the more opportunities, the more mix-ups you apply, and the more you win.
That's something I'm still struggling with because I think I'm still playing too defensively, quite overall. Not only in that
Yeah.
matchup, but overall, I think I'm a bit too.
I think defensively is not the right word, and you have to be very careful what you use here as a word. I think you're playing too passive, and that's very
Okay.
different because
Yeah.
you can play proactive defense, but
Hmm.
here you're waiting for him to make a mistake, and the higher level you go, the more that does not work. A good player would will at the very least take all the stage away from you because you're playing like that.
Yeah.
They will just move forward, and because you're trying to play reactively, what's gonna happen is you're gonna try to run away to a distance where you're comfortable reacting to the opponent, and
Hmm.
the opponent will move forward and break the distance, and then you're gonna have to back away again, and eventually you're in a corner, and now the opponent can try to checkmate you and apply pressure. Where if you miss, you're off stage or dead, and if they miss, then they're not in that much trouble because they have the entire stage behind them to DI, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So be careful. Be careful about being passive. It's okay against people who spam or are like hyper aggressive without being too careful. But if someone has good tactical positioning, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Especially
It
versus
makes
Falcon
sense.
and Falco. If you do that, you're in so much trouble. You're gonna play the entire game in a corner.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because that's the I'd say that Falcon and Falco are the one that I felt like I'm getting beat up when they're in
Then I
the
think the
most than
problem
anything anyone else.
is very at a fundamental level. In these matchups, you want to be the one asking questions as much as you
Okay.
can. Once again, slide off would have saved you. Easy. In that scenario, right? The upper?
Mhm. Yeah,
Supporting?
yeah, it's the same one than before.
Exactly the same. Here,
Yeah.
you could have slide that off. It would have been your up air, potentially your combo, and potentially your stock.
Hmm.
Instead, it's gonna be his edge guard.
And stock.
Yeah. Once again, you're invincible and very passive.
Yeah, well, I should be more going in.
You can at least try. Yeah. Scary. Nice counter. Smart. Your side Bs are good. I respect them. That was a good side B again. It's like the second or third time you go for a good side B.
Mm. Here
Um,
I jumped really early there.
yeah. In that scenario, what happens is that Falcon can force a trade. Because in this spot, you have no way to react to him. If he jumps and uppers, at best, you're gonna trade with him. And if he
Mm.
doesn't, you kind of have to play your move anyway. Because if he, it's like the threat is so much. Because if he does anything here, you're dead. So you have to defend yourself. Maybe you do. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I try to not just go down for free, but yeah, but still the
Yeah,
jump was really really early and put me in that position where that
yeah.
position wasn't that good.
So it forces you to do air dodge counter or fair, pretty much.
Mm.
And yeah, that was because of the jump. I think it was a buffer from that jump, maybe.
Maybe, not sure. Couldn't say. I know that I jump a bit too much when I'm out. Yeah, I tried.
But that was good recovery though. Overcommitted. Once you see that you
There,
miss the first fair,
I should go down.
yeah, you should go down
Mm.
and try
Okay,
again.
and that game.
It's really not a matchup where you can afford to throw out moves for free like that.
Hmm.
Okay, it's 6 p.m. but we started a little late. So if you want to keep going, maybe look at the second game real quick. That's okay with me. The second
Yeah, sure.
matchup.
That's fine for me too. My girlfriend is not there yet, so
Do you want two or game 2 or 3? Which one do you like better?
I think two was a bit more
Competitive?
how to say it. Yeah. Well, I got beat up so bad during game three, so I'm not sure if that's really worth
So,
looking. Like as you
you're
think is the better. I
so do you think you got beat up because you made bad decisions, or do you think you got beat up because you messed up everything and you choked?
I think I choked very hard on the last one.
That
So
that that happens, and it's not necessarily the best games to look at.
okay.
It's better when you try something and it didn't work, and you didn't know
Here
why. You know?
I win, but I should have lose. I think lost. I think.
Exactly. First of all, FD is scary because you can get destroyed as well. Same as Yoshi's, except your initial advantage is a bit thinner.
Mhm.
It's harder to pressure Falcon. On Yoshi's, you can keep him on the platforms and in the corner forever. And two moves, and he's off stage already. So maybe try Yoshi's or Fountain as a counter pick.
Okay.
At least experiment. That was
Yeah.
really good SDI. I don't know if that was better.
Which one?
Good crouch. Here. That was
Yeah.
good. He went too far, I think. But at low percent, if you're gonna, you can try to SDI the nair up,
Hmm.
and then you get out of the combo. You can
Okay.
aerial, instant aerial, that fair or down air. Down throw, nice. Forward throw. Okay, this is hard, but you have to try to react to forward throw as much as you can. If the DI in, you down tilt. If the DI away, you have to be ready to run off and forward air the moment you think they're gonna double jump.
Okay.
Because you cannot down tilt the double jump.
Yeah. So I should try to work on that on my daily practice actually to
Because
set it up on a punch or something.
oops, if they do a double jump sweet spot, your down tilt does not reach.
Hmm.
So you have to run off and do a fair right here.
Okay.
And to beat that, what they can do is re-jump and upper you here. Okay, let me make it less messy.
Yeah.
If they do a re-jump here with upper, like that, right?
Yeah.
You can counter and they're dead.
Okay. So it kind of it end up being a mix up, right?
It's a mix-up that's not that scary for you because in both cases Falcon is dead. If you get hit by upper, you take away, DI away, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not that
Best
scary.
case scenario, they're dead. Worst case scenario, they're
You take
on the
some
ground.
percent. Worst case
Yeah.
scenario is that you missed the tech on the upper and you stay here for too long and then they ledge dash and the tech chase you.
Okay.
Best case scenario, they're dead. It's still
Yeah.
worth going for.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do not try to down tilt a double jump sweet spot. Doesn't work.
Okay.
It's a tech skill check. Maybe they don't know how to sweet spot properly. Maybe it works, but a good Falcon is not supposed to get hit by that.
Yeah.
Crouch. Now, typically that was a percent when up throw would be okay.
Up through
Here,
there, so I can try. If the DI away, I can there, right?
if the DI to the right, no, up throw there is really hard against Falcon. I wouldn't try. I would just take the tipper.
Okay.
On the right, I
Okay.
would take tipper. Above you, I would take tipper as well. If the DI to the left, instant upper to the left. And
Okay.
then it's actually not that hard to juggle Falcon
Mhm.
on FD. That's the reason you go FD, because upper
Yeah,
combos
because
are easy on
they don't have platforms to get away.
Yep. Patient recovery, I like it. Let me remove that. I was looking at the game so hard I didn't pay attention.
No props. There, it's something that I miss quite a lot of time. I input a forward tilt instead of an up tilt. It happens quite oftenly to me. If you see after the dash attack, I tried to up tilt actually. There.
Try to test the limits of your controller.
Okay.
Try to find
To
the exact spot where up tilt becomes forward tilt. It's
okay.
controller specific. Sometimes it's exactly on
Okay.
the diagonal, sometimes it's a little above, a little under. So try to explore it and then that's it. Learn it.
Okay. Okay.
Same for forward tilt and down tilt. Some controllers will do it exactly on the diagonal. Sometimes it's a bit lower, sometimes it's a bit higher. Experiment with it.
Okay. Thanks for that tip.
But fair. Unlucky I didn't find combo. I think that was a team reinforcement. Here you have the entire side of the stage to land on, right? Because Falcon doesn't this part right here is not threatened by Falcon really.
Mm.
So you're trying to brute force your way into this when Falcon can just upper you here, side B right here. He can do a lot of things, but here it can never reach in time.
Okay.
Like if you come here, let me clean up a little bit. If you backdrift a little bit, and then once you here, you do a fair like that, Falcon cannot really challenge it, right? You see from here?
Yeah. It would be much more safer.
Yeah, but when you're here, your fair is gonna start like that, and by the time the fair is here, Falcon is going to do upper,
Mm.
and then you trade, and then you trade, and Falcon is like here, and you're all the way there.
Yeah.
So nope. Be careful. Yeah, come on, Slithy. Good jump, Dr.
Yeah.
Nice near. This time you were aggressive, you were aggressive. That's good.
Same approach with jumping,
Yeah.
and he was invincible, so it was really bad.
Unlucky that you messed your backdash.
Yeah.
That was good reaction. I know you wanted to grab.
That was the idea.
I can tell.
I don't know what I did there. I don't understand why I was jumping like with doing nothing with my back.
I think I think it's enough to stop here. But I think your overall ideas are okay, and your overall game plan in the matchup is not too bad. But I think you would benefit. Okay, let's try to sum it up as a whole. I think you would benefit from a few things. First of all, you do a lot of unforced errors still. So like full jumping when you didn't mean to,
Mm,
etc. And in this matchup in particular, like I said, really concise movements as Marth is really important. But versus Falcon, who can destroy you with any hit, even more important.
okay.
So watch out. Be more proactive. Try to use near and down tilt more as your main neutral tools, and then
Hmm.
use side B to interrupt him. So like when you think he has time to jump out of shield or chase you out of when you're trying to like fair a shield and backdash, then maybe you can side B to stop him
Okay.
jumping out of shield, right?
Yeah.
Once you have him in the corner, you can try to jump away and then fair him, force him to stay in the corner. And then once you land, like you tried earlier, down tilt or wait to see what they do. Out of shield Falcon is not that scary either. Abuse it. Experiment with Yoshi's and Fountain as counterpicks,
Hmm.
because your goal, like we said, is to push Falcon to a corner and then offstage and then die, for him to die. FD is fine, but I don't think it's the best choice you can make
Okay.
as a Marth player. Um, what else? You told me your DI was wrong, or was not good enough. I think you're not trying to DI consciously enough.
Hmm.
That's the problem. So it's not even that you have the wrong idea. It's not that you're not trying hard enough. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah,
But
I should be more mindful about it.
absolutely. One thing I did back in the day a lot, and I still do sometimes today, is that um, I will find a friend. It's easier to do with a friend, and I will try to get hit on purpose, kind of. Does that
Hmm.
make sense?
Yeah.
Um, just even ask them to combo you if you want. You can sit down and practice that with them. It's okay. But really be conscious. Let them combo you. Don't DI. Don't do anything and really think, okay, this happened to me, this happened to me. Stop being afraid of something that's not happening and try to look at what's really happening on screen
Hmm.
and how you're getting comboed and how to escape it. You have to experiment more and you have to be conscious of what you're trying to experiment with. Otherwise, you're gonna hinder your progress by a lot.
Yeah.
And I think there was one more thing, the slide off. Slide off, you have to learn it. It's way too good. I appreciate that you already know how to shield drop. That's an amazing tool with Marth. But I think slide offs, how to beat them, and how to beat them is even more advanced. But how to use them at least, and how to spam it is super good. So once you're
Okay.
in a platform, hold down and try to slide off Falcon upper. There's an uncle punch off the sides, like we said. You can try it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
And then go to games and spam it. And the
Yeah. As
last
you said,
one,
when I
you
want
should.
to.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
When I want to implement something, I should just spam it on ranked, whatever if I lose or not, it doesn't matter at all. I'm just focusing on that specific point, right?
Exactly, exactly. And you should always try to everything you've learned before, just play it by ear. Play on the instinct, don't think too much, and tell you, okay, today I want to practice edge guarding a real Falco side B. So I've done my practice since my solo practice. I'm gonna go into a game. I don't care about neutral. I don't care about anything. But side Bs, when they happen, I'm gonna be 100% aware. My brain is on. I know my mix-ups. I know my reactions. I'm gonna try to practice it.
Hmm.
Fine. That's fine. Everything else doesn't matter. You don't have to think about it. The moment you miss or you succeed on a side B, the rest of the game doesn't matter anymore. You think, oh, last side B, he did that. Okay, that happened. I know. Okay, that's maybe next time I can try this. And maybe you're getting comboed at the same time. Maybe you're comboing him at the same time. It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Focus on the thing you're trying to improve on. And
Okay.
by doing that, you're gonna see a lot more improvement a lot faster.
Okay.
And yeah, last thing was shield stopping. It's gonna give you a lot way better control over your cat. I would recommend the Pew Pew video on it.
Oh,
Um,
I haven't seen it.
yeah, just look up Pew Pew Academy, and he has an entire 1 hour video on shield stopping.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen a lot of his videos, but not that one. That I'm really down for it because he's really precise when he says some stuff out for us.
Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, that video was great. I look at it back in the day, and I think you might know by watching me play. I'm a big fan of shield stopping as well. Ice
Yeah,
shield.
and well, I think that's also something that helps Mas out a lot,
Yeah,
making him even more of a threat when he's on the ground and making dashback much more powerful than it is
yes.
already, and it is already very powerful as Mas.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Your
and
backside is way weaker than your front side up
yeah,
north.
yeah. When you see them use it, you're like, oh my god, yeah,
Mm.
of course.
But yeah, that was it. If you need a little bit of help later on, feel free to contact me. But thank you for
Well,
the
thank you. That was really I appreciate it a lot. That was really helpful. Hopefully, next time it will be that I let that sink in and try to apply that.
with pleasure.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm gonna try to write some stuff down so I can think about it and see how it goes until the next time.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, feel free to contact me if you have trouble with anything. No problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Peace out.